Bitcoin's time is officially up, crypto kids. Over the past few videos, we've been warning about a multi-cyclical line of support that has formed from 2019 and onwards. It held up Bitcoin in 2019, held up the COVID crash beautifully with candle bodies over the trend line. The 2023 bear markets, now we're seeing a confirmed break over many candles on the weekly. The final frontier, the monthly, that's also about to be broken, unless, of course, in 7 hours, Bitcoin pumps like $10,000. Highly unlikely. As long as that doesn't happen, the picture is quite bearish. So in this video, I need to show you my realistic price prediction to the downside, which fingers crossed can be the low for Bitcoin during the bear. That's set to come in Q4 of the midterm year 2026. And the answer lies in Fibonacci's mathematical sequence. The same sequence we were taught in math class in high school, but never in a way that could yield us potential profits. We need to touch upon the fact of June being 20% in the red, but how every July that followed subsequently was green. And the 4-year cycles do approve of that. Usually in July and August, you see a small rally, almost in a bear flaggy manner, that results in a continuation down in Q4 to find your low and pivot higher. More on that in a few minutes' time, and more on why I'm still buying Bitcoin at 58. I'm not waiting for that exact low targets, which I think is reasonable to assume. I'm buying now. I'm not waiting for that. I'll explain. I will explain. Guys, if you find this content useful, please do me a favor and destroy that like button. It helps in ways beyond your comprehension. If we can get to 500 likes, that will be amazing. Thank you all in advance. And thank you to a special someone who actually left the best comment, the most heartwarming comment I've received in my 4.5 years of being a crypto YouTuber. It's from Mano. Please congratulate Mano in the chat because he went short at $81,000. He put 12 Bitcoin into this trade and closed his position at 77 and 61. Sorry, he added 3.7 more Bitcoin at 77 and closed the position in huge profits at 61K. He's going to buy a 2026 BMW M3 this week. And he expects us to drop also into the 40s and 50s, which I actually quite concur with. Huge shout outs. He quoted the video. The reason why he said he entered more into this position or was convinced more about his own thesis was because of a video we produced on May the 11th, which marked a retest at 81K to the 200-week moving average. At this point, crypto Twitter was saying this time is different. We're going to go to new all-time highs again. But we had to highlight the similarities between 2018 and 2026 and how likely, following that 200-week moving average retest, we're going to get a huge correction down all the way into likely Q4 of 2026. And that's what's happening. I'm so proud of you, Mano. Shout out to Mano for becoming officially a crypto kid. Hope you guys become crypto kids by subscribing. Thank you, Mano, for the super chat and your beautiful comment. Let's go to Bitcoin. So it's true. We've broken the trend line on the monthly. Well, we're about to break it on the monthly with a confirmed closure and on the weekly. See, Fibonacci is a sequence that you can find not only in maths, but you can find that this ratio, this number of 1.618 can be measured in shells, in sunflowers, in people's face symmetries, the measurements in the Great Pyramids of Giza, your ear, the Mona Lisa, ancient architecture, so on and so forth. And you can use the same sequence on assets like Bitcoin or anything else. And the more retracements you draw from support to resistance, the more times you will find that prices came to huge support, like life-changing support for these assets within a golden pocket of that 0.618 all the way into the 0.65. For example, in the initial highs of BTC in 2021's bull markets, huge support. After it failed, BTC dumped big time to its mid-bull bear market, then pumped, found resistance, found resistance, found resistance in March 2022 to get rejected 67% and find your ultimate low in October-ish 2022. You rallied higher. Of course, the Bitcoin ETFs gave you a rejection. August, Japanese yen carry trades 2024 bounced you off from that point. Overall, it's a phenomenal level. And by breaking such huge support, you can even say that Bitcoin was in a head and shoulders pattern, which will become obvious momentarily. Just need to draw it out. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. All of these suggest a lower Bitcoin. How much lower? I think that fib golden pocket is a very sensible area, a very sensible area for Bitcoin to find its bottoming, and that is between the 46 to the 54.50. The realized price theory matches with that. The 4-year cyclicality theory matches with that. This is where I'm eyeing. However, it doesn't mean that I've stopped buying or I'm not buying at 58. For me, for my own personal strategy, not buying at 58 and waiting to cherry pick the low is it's utter stupidity for me, at least, because you're already at a major discount. There's no guarantee of calling the low perfectly, by the way. This is a high probability scenario, but it's never 100%, right? What is 100% is that Bitcoin is down 55% from its all-time high. And if you want to buy Bitcoin, then a 55% discount is a major discount. So I'm a buyer at Bitcoin here. I want to buy as much Bitcoin that I'm able to buy in my young age. Because as you grow older, the more money you save in assets that appreciate with monetary debasement, this includes Bitcoin, this includes the S&P 500, this includes gold. When you want to retire, you can retire younger, and your portfolio will be worth a lot. It will be worth a lot if you can compound your investments. I compound my investments for Bitcoin even at 100K, but especially at a 55% discount, I try to purchase even more and more and more. But that's not the only thing that I'm doing. I mean, I'm slowly trying to go in slowly, extremely slowly to the S&P 500 because I think we're at a top. More so specific stocks. I'm trying to find good discounts, good deals. I don't think MSTR is one of those. Towards the end of 2027, I plan on buying a bunch of SpaceX. Like I'm slowly trying to increase my portfolio in traditional finance. And a good way to do that as a crypto person is through stocks that crypto exchanges like Binance offer. This section of the video is sponsored by Binance. I'm very proud to have them as sponsors. They're the largest exchange in the world. I had the pleasure of interviewing CZ. I'm good friends with Richard Teng, know him super well. They offer something called B stocks, where you can buy, as a Binance customer, you can buy, let's say, Tesla stock, but a tokenized version on the Binance Smart Chain. You can buy that, you can self-custody it, and now you have access to traditional finance, and you can convert between crypto to B stocks with 0% fees. They give you dividend access, and we can tell from Richard Teng's post that 93% of all B stock trades are so far fractional. When you tokenize stocks, you don't need to buy the full amount. Like Tesla, let's say, for most people in the world, $417 to buy into one share is insanely expensive. And if you don't have that money to invest into a share of Tesla, $417, then you cannot buy in. Tokenization and crypto solves that. A lot of individuals in the world don't have access to banking. Over 1 billion people. A lot of individuals in the world cannot afford $417 to buy Tesla. But with tokenization, you can do exactly that. You can access finance through DEXs, regardless of where you live, who you are, what you believe in. And you can buy $1, let's say, of Tesla with tokenization. It's amazing. They reached $100 million worth of AUM in just 2 weeks, B stocks, and 47% of trading happened outside of trading hours in America. Now you can trade 24/7. You don't need to wait until the weekend is over or until a specific time starts or ends. No, 24/7 access. The entire world is shifting here. All of the big exchanges are shifting to tokenization. the DTCC, the guys that process quadrillions per year in volume are shifting to tokenization. They announced the partnership with XLM Stellar. Like, this is where the world is going. Blockchain-based assets. Keep an eye out. I think this is the next sort of huge narrative, which will shape exciting returns once the bull arrives. And it's the first ever way that blockchain technology is used in a truly change-bringing manner. Truly change-bringing manner. Last but not least, guys, is the June 20% correction. June ended in a 20% correction, yes, but July is always up subsequently. That's what history shows. With the Clarity Act potentially, knock on wood, happening in July, it's a great narrative to push Bitcoin higher. In July to August of bear market year, you tend to see a small move upwards anyways, and then a continuation down. By the end of summer, it's feasible that we can reach the 64K areas, but it doesn't mean that carnage would be over. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to destroy that like button, give a shout out to Mano, and become a crypto kid by subscribing. Thank you. See you all in the next one. Bye, guys.